The intersection of data science and music lies unexpected opportunities. Here, you will find Katie Polus, a classically trained musician and professional data analyst whose fascination for the two fields has led to the creation of an interesting visual art computer program.
Hi, my name is Katie Polus and I've got a background in computer science, specialising in data science. I've been classically trained in music for over 13 years and I love the idea of combining these two fields together. One thing that I find really interesting is when people say that computer science and music don't seem to go together, whereas from my point of view, maths, computer science, data science, French, they're all languages, right? So when you're learning a piece of music, the language that it's written in is the notations on the score. And so that's the same for programming. You're learning different programming languages. And there's so much structure and logic in music that naturally one doesn't assume because it is such a creative discipline, but they really do lend themselves to each other. And I think it's really cool when you can blend the two together and use computer science techniques in your approach to music, or use your skills from computer science to build technologies that allow you to do music in a way that you may not have been able to before.
Hi, I'm Jenna Tang, and I'm in the home studio of Katie Polus to learn about how she coded a program to connect music and data science into an engaging form of art.
Well, I think one thing that I love is really famous data science artworks and exhibitions where it just looks like this wave that's moving, and it's really hard to comprehend, and it's so beautiful and it seems really out of this world type computer science and data science based. But being able to visualize sound in whether it be like sound waveforms or within colors and make it into a real art piece is something that I find really, really cool. I had a MIDI keyboard that I'd play into if I wanted to compose something, but when I played into it, I wrote a script that allowed me to see the colors projected onto the screen in front of me. So when you'd play a note on the keyboard, it would light up on the screen in front of you, which is really cool to see because you're literally visualizing the music, and that can allow more people, I guess, to engage with what you're doing in a way that they may not have previously. I think the inspiration for this was definitely Taylor Swift's Cardigan. 'Cause I knew you, stepping on the last train, marked me like a bloodstain. I loved the music for it and I thought it was really beautiful, and it had so many layers to it as well. And then I looked into it and actually realized there were a bunch of instruments there that I would not have expected in a pop song, but also didn't hear for myself when I first listened to it. So went back, and specifically I think there's a trombone in it and a few other instruments, which when I first listened to it I didn't hear at all. And I went, well, it's quite a, obnoxious sound most of the time, so how can you kind of miss that? And then really listened for it and, heard it in the piece. But specifically that song made me want to visualize songs and want to really see the different layers that added to the music and how that created that depth in sound, and then translate that onto a visual side of things. Listening to that song made me want to break it down into its instruments, which led to sort of writing this short script. It's just in Python, so it's there's lots of open source code online that you can get that allow you to hook up your computer to your MIDI keyboard, which is just playing the notes, and then you can tweak that and write certain functions that will translate hitting the note to a color projected on a screen. So it's pretty cool. What I would like to do with it is you give your code a pre-recorded MIDI audio file, and then it can differentiate between the different instruments, giving them all like a different color in it. So it can tell the different instruments apart, give it a different color as they're playing, so it projects that onto the screen, so you can truly have like a, I guess, 4-dimensional experience with a song or something. So you're listening to it, you're visualizing the instruments, but you're like seeing the music video at the same time, and you're like feeling the emotions that you're feeling to that song. It's really cool.